Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, lovely people, also freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to Let's Talk TV, the one and only YouTube platform that gives you back to back news and information on all the activities and issues happening in Biafran territory. Now we are back, and then we want to continue with the issue on ground. And as all Biafrans knows at this critical point, I always call this time, you know, um, additional time or injury time. In if it's in a game of play, in football we call it the injury time. And at this point, it's always a very tensed time. The Biafran struggle has gotten to the level of injury time, and it is now a very critical time. The broadcast you're about to watch is that of Prime Minister Simon Èkpá on the issue of the self-referendum. We know what is happening currently in Biafran land. The historic referendum voting has been ongoing. It is about 5 days that it kicked off. Okay, 7 days now, because it kicked off on the 1st of February. And one thing we've been doing on Let's Talk TV is to be giving you the quality and back-to-back news and information on how the referendum process has been going. We've also been helping people, with the link and helping them on how to vote. The least you can do is at least try as much as possible to support us in any way you can, and also show your love by sharing this video to as many group and platforms as possible. Now, the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, in his intelligence, came out to clarify some pressing issues that Biafrans have been having on the issue of referendum, the voting. And also, so many people have been asking the question of what next? What next? After the voting, what next? After this, what next? And the Prime Minister somehow has been able to answer that question in this particular broadcast. That is why you need to watch this broadcast, from the beginning to the end, so that you can actually know. It's not about just claiming, to want the struggle, or claiming that you are part of the struggle. Are you really doing the needful? When instructions are being given, do you follow those instructions? Do you adhere to those instructions? These are questions that you should ask yourself. It's not about just following, the struggle blindly. We need to follow. We need to adhere. We need to be followers, true followers, and we need to support the struggle in any way we can. Please go to the comment section and ask us any questions. And be rest assured that we will try as much as possible to reply most of the questions. And also support us in any way through super chat, or you can send to our account number. Support Let's Talk TV as you enjoy this wonderful live broadcast.
Good afternoon, good morning, fellow Biafrans, depending on where you are listening from. I welcome all of you this evening to this space where we are giving update on the ongoing self-referendum of Biafra. I want to thank Biafrans in the homeland who so far from the day one and the second day has demonstrated their readiness and indeed that they are hungry for freedom. The percentage of votes that we have received so far, Biafrans in the homeland are taking the lead. That is actually very surprising, because we were expecting that those in the homeland will have challenges, while the Biafrans in diaspora, who have access to the internet, who have access to telephone, laptop and all that will be doing the magic. The reverse has become the case. Of course, we have a long way to go. We know that. We have many time and enough time. But because of the history we are making, we were expecting that by now, almost everybody in diaspora would have participated in the voting. But the Biafra land is in the lead. That is very encouraging. We know that those in diaspora will have no problem in voting, and many probably are just helping those they can help before they will finally cast their vote. We want this number to start coming as early as possible. And this evening, we will focus on why this referendum is very, very important. The most important thing in our life today is this self-referendum. We are making this history, and we will write this history by ourselves. We will make this history, write the history, tell the story by ourselves. What we are doing now is where there is nothing, we put something there. Biafrans are known for their innovative nature. A lot of history has been made by people, by human beings like you and I. Those histories become the foundation of many international law that guide the universe. Somebody has to take a bold step to make something out of nothing. Somebody have to get up and create something innovative, and become innovative, create something, and it comes to existence. You don't sit down and begin to wait for people to bring solutions to your problem. We have waited for long. We have waited for ages. We have paid biggest price of one Nigeria. We have been killed, we have been murdered, we have been butchered by Nigeria-sponsored terrorists in uniforms. We have been annihilated almost by the Nigeria Islamic State, and all we do is to complain, and nobody cares about what happened to us. This has been ongoing for many decades and many ages. And each time you will complain and look for helper, and nobody comes. Today, we have the solution. The worst part of this evil entity called Nigeria is that when you talk, they tell you, go to the National Assembly. When they know actually that Nigeria has been restructured, that National Assembly can never favor you. But ordinarily, it should be a place where the amendment to the law of Nigeria for the benefit of everybody who believes in Nigeria should have been. But because they know it is a very, very dangerous diversity, and it has been restructured to favor the Islamic State, they will tell you, hold your representative responsible, hold your politicians responsible. The politician they are telling you to hold responsible has been caged, and they knew how they have caged them. They tell you hold them responsible. Once you do that, and they react in accordance to the will of the people, they will put one allegation on their head: corruption. And before you know it, the person will be struggling inside prison. Before you know it, everybody will desert the person. It has happened to many, many people, and those criminals that are now representing them in Biafra land has learned their lesson from what happened to others. So they are easily and ready to dance to their tone. Because they know that these criminals who call themselves politicians are ready to dance to their tone, they will always tell you, complain to them. When you complain to them, they want to preserve their status in Nigeria. They want to save their own dignity if they have any. They want to save their own wealth, ill-gotten wealth, and they will put everything aside. They tell you it is not possible. Only when they will be seeing what other people are doing in other regions. That is it, but it is not possible because they are not representing your interest. Another funny story they tell you is that, oh, you're asking for a referendum. There is no referendum in Nigeria Constitution. And you want to live without the possibility of referendum in your Constitution? They say, oh, you have people in the National Assembly, let somebody raise the emotion. They know that when somebody raises that emotion, the person will be assassinated. If he's not assassinated, they will render him useless. So nobody dare to raise such emotion in the National Assembly. They tell you, oh, it is not in the Constitution. Why would you not have it in the Constitution? Because it was deliberate act, a deliberate act on the evil entity. But today, we have outsmarted them. The same Nigeria do not understand that in the Charter of Africa, the Charter of, is it the ECOWAS Charter also on human rights, the Article 21, gave that particular right for self-determination. And you can't have a self-determination when you do not have the opportunity for people to choose how they want to live their life with that particular article on self-determination. And because they know that a day like will come when Nigerians, those who find themselves in Niger area, will be tired and sick. So they think that by removing referendum in Constitution, they have outsmarted everybody. Come and do referendum now. Today, we are doing it and we have outsmarted them. And I want every one of you to understand that Biafra government is a legitimate government in exile. Legitimate government in exile. It didn't start from us. We are not the first people who have government in exile. The only thing is that we know the right of the government in exile. And that right is what we are exercising to the fullest. Many people don't understand the right of government in exile. We do. I personally understand the right of government in exile. And every right of government in exile, I am going to practice. I am going to make sure that that right is used for the interest of Biafra liberation. I will even invent another right on top of the government in exile, because Nigeria, as a complex country, a very dangerous country, requires a very complex solution. So, what we are doing today, and what I am doing today as the Prime Minister of Biafra, is to make sure that I use every mechanism, both known to international law and those that nobody has ever used, to make sure that I dissolve Nigeria for the restoration of Biafra. And it is going to work. And after this mechanism have worked, and Biafra have been declared, restored, many people who wish to have their freedom will also adopt this particular mechanism we are using today, and it will work for them. So when they tell you who have done it before, tell them, if nobody have done it before, we are doing it now. Ask them, have you seen a nation where there is no provision for people to have their democratic right? Have you seen any country where you have a constitution and they know a solution to a futuristic crisis? And they know that the solution could be to have a clause for referendum in the constitution, and they remove it. Tell them, have you seen a country like that? So we will devise a means of solution to our own peculiar problem, which we are facing today. And that solution, we have found the solution, we've discovered the solution, and we are applying it to our problems, and it is solving it. It is very, very important that you participate in this referendum that is ongoing. We have had the sit at home for the past 2.5 years, and it will continue. We want to incorporate this sit at home to this referendum. It is gradual thing, step by step. You know, when we were doing all those things from the beginning, a lot of people don't understand what we are doing. Today, when we were telling you that in February we are going to start voting, they didn't believe us. They thought it was a joke. We are waiting. February 1st is coming now. Let's see how they are going to conduct referendum in exile. We want to see how you want to conduct referendum in exile. Is it not happening today? Do you know how nations, developed nations, where most of you are living today, do you know how they conduct what we call survey in order to implement policies in the different government? Do you understand? Do you know that? Do you know that every country in Europe, every country in Schengen state, before they enact a law, they have what they call survey. Survey is done using the same mechanism of our self-referendum today. They conduct survey. And the result of that survey is what they are going to use to begin to amend their law, amend their policies for the interest of their citizens. In Finland, before anything is changed, they conduct survey. And that survey is the opinion of the people. Opinion of the people is the only thing that matters. Most of these small-scale businesses, especially in cities, in counties, when you begin to make a law or a policy to develop your counties, you have to then consult the small-scale business owners. What we are going to do, how do you think it can affect the GDP of this county? How can we do it to make sure that the environment, the city is business friendly? How do we do it so that people can patronize your businesses and you can pay tax to the city and the GDP of the city can rise to what it was last year? How do we make this happen? If we build more parking space, do you think it will bring more people to shop in this city? If we build more underground parking spaces, do you think it will boost your businesses, your sales in this city? If that is going to help, let us build more parking spaces. Because many people in a developed country, they want to go to shopping in a place they can easily park their car, go to shopping, come back, have access to the car, and go back to their homes. Many people want to go in a city where the transportation is very clear. You don't need to look for which bus I'm going to enter, which train, which tram I'm going to enter. Everything is easy. The more easy it is, the more patronizing you will get. You will get more people to patronize your city. And the more people you get in your city, the more income the small-scale business owners will earn. The more income they earn, the more tax they pay to your city. This is simple arithmetic. And by doing that, you are developing and building the economy of your state. From there, from state, from county to state level, from state level, from district to county, from county to state level, and to national. This is how progress are made in these countries where some of you live today. And because we are in the system and we have learned how it works, just like the glimpse I'm just giving to you now. That is exactly what we are doing today. So every decision that the government in any county is going to take, the opinion of the residents, the opinion of the citizens must be taken into consideration. But in Africa, I'm not even talking Africa, in Nigeria, it is not like that. But in Biafra, it is going to be like that. The opportunity is here before you. Once we have reasonable numbers of votes, you think we are expecting to get 20 million? Who they look for 20 million? Once we have a reasonable number of votes, that's it. That's it. It is going to be scale. The scale of people that voted in the general election. With everything, resources they have gathered, only 4 million people voted in the entire South, and Southeast. So who is looking for 20 million? But I want to have it in order to shake the world with what we're going to do. I'm just giving you a simple logic. How many people voted in the last general election? Less than 5 million people. Less than 5 million. So let us have 2 million and you see what will happen. I will stop the voting. I'm telling you. And this is something that I am expecting that, boom, we need to start seeing this number rolling. Because election and referendum is something that people are very reluctant. Even in an independent state, where you are going to ask the opinion of the people, of the citizen, there are people who will still not go out and vote. You can imagine in a country of the so-called 200 million people, over 200 million people, how many votes did you hear them announce in the last general election? How many people voted during the presidential election? Is it up to 20 million? How many million did they assign to the criminal in Aso Rock? Was it not 10 million? How many votes was the second person? Was it not 7 or so? How many votes did Obi get? Obi get 5 million or 6 million altogether. So when you calculate them all together, how many people voted? Apart from the 200 and something million people. And then put it into scale of preferences. How many percent? We know what we are doing. We will tell these people that the brain of Biafrans and the brain of those piloting this movement is ahead, 1,000 years ahead of them. And we are writing this history by ourselves, our own history. Nobody will write it for us. What we do today, what we decide to do today, become our history. And what we decide to do today, become our law. How we want it, whatever we decide to do today, become our policy. And we are doing it. Nobody is going to impose their policy or their law on us. Whatever that is going to make Biafra exit Nigeria, become our policy, and we are going to adopt it. Whatever that is going to make Nigeria to suffer for what they have done to us, become our measures. That's exactly what we're applying. Every mechanism that will crush Nigeria and crash the economy of Nigeria, we are adopting those mechanisms. So forget all the distraction here and there. We don't need them. They will come, they will cry, but we will remain focused and silent. Remember that when we started the Biafra Republic government in exile, they laughed at us. As I'm talking to you today, there are many politicians in Nigeria who are, mocking the government. Oh, you people are in exile now, stay in exile, because they don't know what is government in exile. These are idiots. These are fools who don't even know anything about international law, who don't know anything about policies. That's why they don't even know what is rule of engagement. They kill their own citizens. The citizens they should protect. And they brag about it. Today, they never ever believe that Biafrans will rise up and take a position and make decisions that are tough. And many tougher decisions are coming because we just started now. We have opened the gate of hell on Nigeria. They can never survive the insecurity until Biafra declaration. They will never ever survive the insecurity. The insecurity will spread across Nigeria. Everywhere will be on fire. Because the country that kills its own citizen has invited a very ruthless resistance. This insecurity can never stop. Rather, it is called the Festival of Fire. Everywhere. Many people say we should take the war to Nigeria. I look at them and I laugh. What you don't know is bigger than you.